Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from all across the world. My name is Trader Allen. My blog, WALLSTREET2EASYSTREET.blogspot.com. If you'd like to leave any comments. I'm a forex scalper. I also trade stocks, options, and I'd like to take a minute to go over some forex trades. These are scalping trades. My forex is almost completely all scalping. That seems to be what fits my nature real well, and it's what I managed to be pretty good at. So I'm going to go over a few trades here, my entries and exits, and try to get a little understanding of why I took the trades that I did. Okay, this first trade here, this was an inside the range break. So you can see we've been trading in this range for a while, and we finally started to break to the upside. So I took the trade here at 64 was my entry, and we came up a little short of my exit up here. The market pulled back, and when it pulled back up here again and started showing weakness, I exited here at 71. Sometimes you can only take what the market's willing to give you. Okay, this trade here on the euro, you can see here we've been trading here in a range again, and I went long here on the break of the range. The market continued up, went sideways for a little while, and you can see here we ran into resistance again, so I closed there at that resistance level. I made a few pips on that one. And here again you can see we've been in this range. We have one hit, two hit, and on the top side we have 1, 2. So that's when I start drawing my box here. And the market's been reasonably down for the day, so I wasn't looking to go long. And if you can see here, we did break out of the box, but you can see this near-term resistance right here. You got more near-term resistance up here, so I'm hesitant to go long in a market like that. So I'm looking more to the short side. You can see here we hit resistance, hit resistance, hit resistance. Our next resistance level was down here in this area, so I have plenty of room for the market to move from here to take some profit to the downside. As it is, it broke here, so I went short. My initial stop is 10 pips, or typically up here on the top edge of resistance. Market traded again sideways for a little bit. You've got to give your trades time to work out. You don't want your stop set so close that you get wiped out at the beginning before you ever get a chance to get into some profit. So the market came back up here to my entry area and then continued on down, and I exited here for a nice profit for the day. Okay, here's another typical trade where we've been trading sideways in a range for a while, and it's pretty typical coming out of the doldrums of the lunchtime kind of area for the UK market and getting into the US market fixing to open up. There tends to be some sideways action there. So here we had the break out of the range. So this is just a standard range break here, and the market broke out here. I went long. I got filled here in this area. Held on to the trade. This one lasted a little while. You can see I got in here just after about 5:30, and just around 7 o'clock I ended up closing the trade out, because you can see here we had an area of resistance. So we come back up here to this area of resistance again. I go ahead and close the trade out, take my profits. In this case I made 12 pips on that trade, so not bad, not a bad trade at all. This one here was another nice scalp. You can see here the US market opened up, didn't really go anywhere, pretty much continued to trade sideways, and finally got up to here where we were breaking out of the range from the past high right here. So I went long, let the trade have some time to work itself out. Got up here to this area and I took my about 10 pips I think I took on that trade, which is what I'm looking for. I want to catch at least 10 pips. So typically when it moves 10 pips, I'm looking to sell at that point. I will hang on a little longer, but I don't want to give that back. Once I get those 10 pips, I want to try to keep those 10 pips. This is another example of a good range break. Most of the summer into the fall and closing out the year, range breaks have been one of the most profitable things to trade. Of the 7 different setups that I use, half are pullback strategies and half are range breaks. And I've noticed early on in the year that range breaks were doing really well, so that's what I focused most of my attention on. And you can see here's another prime example. We have this resistance here, comes back up, hits this resistance, comes back up here, finally manages to pierce that resistance, so I go long. My stop would be down here in this area, and I let the trade run up to take my 10 pip profit up here in this area. So it made for another good trade. In scalping, I'm not looking to hit home runs. I'm looking to get a lot of good high probability trades where I have a really high win percentage and consistent profits on each trade. So I hope you all enjoyed this short video here of my recent trades, and good trading to everybody out there. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to check out my blog at WALLSTREET2EASYSTREET.blogspot.com. Have a good day.